Hello friends and welcome back to the channel for war number 5 of season 52, and today we have a matchup against Chaos. This is a pretty big war for me. I have 8 fights for you. Been a while since I've had this many fights in a war, so Void, Ironheart, and Absorber Man are on the team today. Let's jump right in, wasting no more time here. Starting off today on path 6, we have a TERRAX here on node 6 with a whole bunch of nodes that Carl is going to ignore. And this is going to be roughly a 25-ish second fight. Switching to Magma Form to mitigate the rock field damage. We will be taking some spiked armor damage, but it doesn't matter because the fight is going to be over very quickly here. We parried at the start and then a bunch of light backdrafts here to get those vulnerability passes up on him. He's predictably aggressive while the rock field is up, so these intercepts are very, very safe. And then as soon as we get to the special 2, going to fire it off, refine Magma, do a whole bunch of damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't kill him, so we kind of have to just be patient here. And then I think it's one more hit after the parry, and down he goes. Moving on, we have an Emma Frost on node 15, and we're going to be using Ironheart for this, switching to the Rupture Repulsor because it's like the one damage over time effect that Emma Frost is not immune to in Diamond form. I think it's because Ruptures weren't even a thing until after she was designed, so we're able to easily get the debuffs up on her, which triggers the tactic. We get the heal block up, we have tracking up, which is going to handle the miss, and all around, you know, just going to be a really, really easy fight for Ironheart. In addition, while tracking is up, she's also immune to reverse control, so we can safely dodge those specials, you know, just like normal. Although I did have to like tell myself a few times before I went into this fight, like, once tracking is up, don't do the normal reverse controls decks against her. So it didn't catch me this time, but it has in previous fights. Sticking to only the special 1. She's gaining a bunch of prowess, but I'm not really worried about it. We could parry heavy and remove it if we wanted to, but the fight again is over very quickly. Very easy fight for Ironheart. Moving up to section 2, we have a Dust here on node 22, and Ironheart, I think, after taking this fight, I think she is the best counter for Dust on this specific node. On the next node, it's a different story, but in this one, there is very little risk of Dust actually going unblockable with Ironheart because, you know, you get the 2 debuffs every time she uses a special attack, but even if she does happen to put a sand debuff on you, you can easily remove it with an Incinerate, with any medium attack or a special 1. And I don't actually think she goes unblockable a single time in this fight. And again, trying to push her to the special 2, because again, even if she does go unblockable, Ironheart can block an unblockable special attack from a mutant champ, and we can easily punish the special 2. We cannot do that with the special 1 here, so just taking it nice and easy here. We have a whole bunch of Incinerates on her. We can parry her with tracking up because Ironheart can parry non-contact attacks with tracking up. Tracking, I feel like I need to keep preaching about how OP tracking is as an effect. It turns just so much stuff off and makes Ironheart like a utility monster. And down goes that Dust in just over a minute. Alright, next up we have yet another KNULL on node 31. We took this fight in the previous war, and this one is just as annoying. I can't stand taking this fight. There are a couple folks in the comments of that video talking about Mole Man, who is banned, or blacklisted rather. Somebody else suggested Wiccan. However, Wiccan requires the dupe, which mine is duped now. He also requires the resistance spell to be up, which, you know, you do need to manage that the whole fight, which is, you know, it's possible, maybe a little bit annoying here. So I'm trying to play this fight a little bit more slowly than I did before. I'm trying to bait out heavies. I don't really want to take a special 1 to the face if I can avoid it. We successfully did push him to the special 2 there, so now we're going to try and do an intercept here. And then I think I hold block, trying to get him to do a heavy attack. He doesn't want to cooperate, and we do finally get another intercept here. And now I'm trying to bait out this special 2, and then we'll do a, I think a medium, light medium, into the striker, into the special 1, I think is what I do here. Yep. Striker, and then heavy. We did lose our form, though, so we don't get the, you know, the big bonus damage from having it refined. And then we take a big special 1 to the face there. That was kind of unavoidable. We've already lost like half our health, and we haven't really... I mean, a lot of that is from the power sting damage because I've kind of been ignoring it as the fight has gone on. Right here we take too many hits, pushes us into the special 2, so I just launch it knowing that it will be unblockable, and it does enough to kill him. So just another super dangerous fight that I probably could have played a little bit better. All right, up on the first mini-boss island, we have a Photon here on node 37. We see this fight constantly. We usually send a Mantis to it. Sometimes we'll send a Moondragon to it. Neither of those worked out for this war, and thus it falls to Void. Now, this in this tactic, this fight with Void is actually a little bit slower than it normally would be, because with the tactic up, you're going to have decent uptime of the heal block, which is actually going to stop the heal reversal from happening. And normally in this fight with Void, once you get the heal reversal going, because there's no Indomitable on the node, the fight is over much faster. But, you know, with the heal block active now and then, it's just kind of just slowing us down a bit. It's weird saying that you're slowing Void down, because he's normally thought of as a pretty slow champ to begin with. But that, you know, that's what it is. Yeah, so just trying to play this fight normally, keeping an eye on her charges there, and making sure I know whether to do the full dex of the special one, or if I need to block when she's in pure light form. This special one is going to push her into pure light form, which I am ready for, and you can see how I kind of change the way that I bait the specials when she's in pure light form. Block that first hit, parry the last hit, and we are good to go. And I don't think she throws another one before it ends, so we're good there. And now I'm going to go ahead and push her to the special 2, because it's a pretty easy dex. You can't obviously dex it in pure light form, but you can here. Really wish they would fix the VFX. This has been broken for like a couple months, I think, being unable to see her like photon blasts. Yeah, so I did take that hit there during the special 2, but like you can see just how much chip damage you end up taking in this fight, just because she hits so hard. She has such strong block penetration. It's a really, really rough fight, so glad to get through that one. Up on the third mini-boss island here, we have a Wong on Hazard Shift. Void is Incinerate immune, and we do have the Odin buffs available to mitigate the shock damage, so basically just a normal Wong fight. He does have aggression prowess, but we're going to be pretty aggressive ourselves, not really worried about the prowess becoming an issue. And this is definitely a bit of an easier time than the boss that we took in the previous war, because we can safely parry Wong if we need to. That said, if we have a bunch of debuffs on us like we do now, insult to injury will cause our parries to potentially fail. So that was something that I was kind of making sure that I was keeping in mind as I was getting set to parry him. I also think that I do take a detonation at some point. Right, we missed there on the first hit of the heavy, and he resists the second 2 hits. So I'm backed up into the corner. I just take the detonation right there, as you can see. That was a little bit of a panic move. I definitely could have avoided that if I had played it a little bit more smart. Got a bunch of debuffs on us, so again, our parries are just gonna keep failing. Just trying to play this, you know, focusing more on him than my health bar. My health bar is fine, and we are definitely winning the health race here, so yeah, a little bit of a sloppy fight, but you know, we get through it. All right, up on Boss Island, we have a DANI MOONSTAR on 47. This is a pretty curious placement. I'm not really sure what they were kind of going for here. Ironheart is a fantastic DANI MOONSTAR counter, because again, once she gets tracking up, she counters the miss. You can safely hit Dani's block. You don't have to worry about the Feat of Vigilance node or the Falter or anything. It's just, this basically just becomes a normal, like a duel almost against Dani. It's been a minute since I've done the full Special 2 deck, so you can see me here. I'm just kind of blocking the machine gun shots and then dodging out of the way of the arrow. I think I get a little bit bolder with it on a later Special 2, but in general in this fight, I'm just trying to stick to the Special 1 decks. That said, with power efficiency in play, that's not always possible, and sometimes, just to get the fight moving along, you do want to push her to that Special 2. And with Ironheart's Bulwark passive, you mitigate almost all of the chip damage that you would otherwise be taking from a DANI MOONSTAR, blocking her Special 2 here. So here I do the full decks of the Special 2, almost full decks. I think I took a block hit or 2 there. Punish it, sticking to the Special 1 here, just again to keep the flow of the fight moving. Very little danger here, as I've been saying a couple times. And I don't know if we bait out this Special 1. We do end up pushing her to the Special 2, but it doesn't matter because she's dead. Alright, last fight of the war for me is a Dragon Man on 49. I think I've taken this fight twice before the season already. This might be my best overall attempt at it, I think. You kind of just have to go into this fight assuming that you're going to be taking some brute force damage, because Dragon Man specials are pretty lengthy, and especially if you have to do any sort of baiting of them, there is a good chance that you're going to be taking some brute force damage. That said, the Incinerates are going to be keeping the Stunning Reflection node on cooldown, and as long as we get him to consume his power charge, there's really, again, little danger in this fight as well. I'm not even sure that I put an Invone on for this fight, knowing that I would have ample opportunities to prevent him from getting to that special 2. We've got tracking up, so we don't have to worry about the power gain in general, either from his power charge or from the tactic, and got the heal block up. When the heal block is down, we can't miss anyways, so just a really safe fight here. We've taken a minimal amount of chip damage and from brute force, and one more combo finishes him off. And there we go. So there we go, 8 fight war, 8 up, 8 down, as we like to say, and 0 deaths for me in this fight. Our record improves to 4-1 on the season. Looking forward to the next war, which will be the midpoint already. It's hard to believe that we're already halfway through the season almost. So, folks, if you enjoyed this, please let me know by hitting that like button. And as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.